You probably recognize this game as one of the most infamous Kickstarters that was ever on Kickstarter. Ghostbusters, the board game, was hyped to the max and ended up being a huge disappointment for a lot of gamers. And if you're one of those disappointed gamers, I'd love to have your opinion on this video as well, because I have a specific idea as to why this was poorly received, or why it's a bad game, or sort of bad design. The idea here is that this is a cooperative game, but you never lose through death necessarily. You lose through subjugation or subversion. Like, the way that this works is a ghost will never actually harm you. It will only slime you. It moves through your piece, giving you a slime token, which reduces your overall action pool by 1. If you're leveled up enough to see this kind of a map with the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and all these different ghosts, you're going to have at least 3 actions each turn. So if a ghost walks through you more than twice, you'll have 0 actions. On your turn, you will spend the entire turn just shedding one of those slime tokens, bringing you back to 2. If the ghost is still next to you and not taken care of, it'll just slime you again, reducing you to 0, leaving you with nothing to do. So in effect, you can die. In effect, you can lose. But it doesn't feel like you've lost. It feels like you've been beaten down, and that feels differently. It's ultimately just about how the game makes you feel. If the game had an element where a monster attacked you, or if the slime dealt damage and you had like a life tracker, and the life tracker was also your action point tracker, it may have been received better, just through thinking about how you view your character versus the world that it's in. If you take 1 damage and that means you have lost 1 action, and even on your turn you may be able to heal that damage to regain that action, it would feel different than being slimed to lose 1 action and then just hope you don't get slimed again. It feels so much of a slog, and the word slime itself feels like you're trudging through mud. All of this just kind of breaks down into this game that is so much more tedious than it is fun and interesting, because all the elements of a fun and interesting game are here, including the IP, which is a fantastic IP. So when you're designing a game and you want to have basically a downward slope in your game, that is to say, a game that can be beaten relatively easy or is meant to be beaten in a co-op scenario, which is not abnormal actually. You can have a game that is meant to be beaten and that still feels fun and challenging. This is just not that game. It feels more like a slog, like I'm trudging through inches and inches of mud and snow and ice and slime, essentially. And that is just kind of the overall feel of the game. If you're a designer, or if you are thinking of designing a game, and you have a chance, I would recommend playing this just to see how a game can feel through its mechanics, even if all of the elements are there to create a great game. And thanks for watching this video. If you liked what you saw, give me a like and a share on Facebook, or give us a thumbs up and a subscribe on the YouTube channel, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video.